Hi, this is Margaret from Margaret's Crafts. I want to share with you my week 21 and week 22 of my project life. This time I used another one of the Becky Higgins collections that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I also used a lot of pearls and rhinestones on this one, along with some glitter paper just to decorate the edge. This one said take a picture, and this is for week 21, and I put some the little rhinestones in the heart. For the first part, this picture is when I went to Becky Higgins' website. Well, on the Facebook, it said that when Project Life came into Hobby Lobby, take a picture of it. So I took a picture of it, and then I wrote a little comment below it, and it says that when they finally got them in our area, that I had called and called. I used to call every day. I would go into the store on my way home every day. Are they there yet? Are they there yet? So when I got to the store and I went up to the register, and the lady saw that I had the Project Life stuff, she says, "Are you the lady that's been calling for the Project Life?" And I said, "Yes, I am." And then she said, scrapbooking seems to be an expensive hobby. I'm like, yeah, nothing's cheap about anything. So I had put that on the Facebook, and then I went to Becky Higgins' blog a week or so later, maybe a couple weeks later, and I saw she had used what I said in the beginning of her blog post, and she had listed experiences that different people had with when they found the Project Life, and she had listed mine was the very first comment that was there, and I was like screaming for everybody and telling my husband, come in and read this, telling my sons, come on in and read this. So that was an exciting week for me. You can tell how dull my life is. Then I got into smashing. So I had made a homemade smash book that I showed in a different video, and of where I'm keeping my cards that I'm starting to get now. I'm putting them in that book, and then like the one, I got a card and I got a flower, so I put a picture of the flower in with the card and then wrote what it was for, like that. Then down here, it was getting warm, here for a couple days here, and I told my husband, before it gets too hot, because usually we're stuck opening up the pool when it's really, really hot, and it is just miserable working on the pool. So I told my husband, well, it's not excessively hot. Let's go ahead and get the pool opened and, start taking care of it so it's not a real chore. But to our surprise, when we opened it up, I didn't close it out very well last year. So we had a lot of green, mucky water. I don't know what I did. I must have rushed and closed it up and didn't do all my chemicals like I was supposed to do. So he said, well, let's just drain it all, clean the bottom of the pool, vacuum it out, and we'll start it all over again. And that's what we're doing with the wet and dry shop vac. We're sucking out the last of the water after we had drained it. And then we just now started, we had started a couple days ago, filling it back up, and because we had to do some rewiring of the pump, and it was a lot of things we had to do. So we finally got it, the pool filled. It takes 24 hours to fill it up. So our pool is filled, ready to go. I started putting my chemicals in yesterday, and we're getting everything all set up. All we need is some warm weather now, and we're all set to go. And that was in week 21. In week 22, I used some more of the Becky Higgins Project Life papers, and I mirrored them with some of my cardstock that I thought would go. I did the purple and pink, because this was the week that I had made my travel case, and I had made it purple. So I did the purple and pink for my project here. And this is week 22, and while we were outside working on the pool and everything, excuse me, I noticed that all of my roses have started to bloom. So here's my very first rose bush. For every Mother's Day, well, we didn't get it for this Mother's Day because it was too cold. And I didn't want to be putting the plant in out there because we had several nights, even last week, that we had frost. So I'm trying to wait until next week, and then we're going to go out and pick out another rose bush. And every year for Mother's Day, my husband used to give me flowers. And I told him I didn't want flowers anymore. I wanted a rose bush. And this is my very, very first one. It is now, it grows huge now, and it is just like all full of roses. This one is called a double knockout. And every year we try to get different types, but I found that I really like the double knockout better than anything. So I told him this year I want another double knockout. We have long stem roses. We have yellow roses. We had pink roses and red roses. And this is another, this is just a wooden embellishment. It says, my favorite memories. And it's mainly about my little rose bush. And then my memories are going to go down into my, where I made my travel smash book. And then my travel case that I keep all of my stuff in. This is just showing it down inside with all the little cases. And then the travel book fits inside. And this is it standing around. And I had told you about this in the previous video. This was a bag that I found at Walmart's. And it was supposed to be $19.99. And it had like 5 bags on the inside. And for $19.99 I was going to buy it. And got up to the register and it rang up as $10. It was on clearance. I was ecstatic. I was so glad to find that good buy. So I used one of the bags. It had a large bag inside. And I used that because to go into my suitcase, because I didn't have my toiletry bag was a different color, because I got a new suitcase a couple years ago for Christmas, and it's purple. So that's why I wanted my travel bag to be purple and my travel book to be purple. So that when I grab it and go, it's purple, my bag is purple, and I'm just really happy with that. So that is my week 21 and week 22. I just used the foam thickers, and I used some of the dollar flowers down at that I had got at Michael's. These were the brads that came from, oh, that slipped out of place, that's not supposed to be there. These are the brads that came from Walmart's, and all I did was I took the back of them off, bent them back and forth a couple times, the little brad parts broke off. I put a dimensional on the back of it and stuck it down, and they look like the flares because they have the metal trim around them with the dot, you know, the epoxy sticker on top. So that is my week 21 and my week 22 of my project life. Thank you very much for watching my video. Bye.